So with my latest in-store Hermes purchases, I'm out, guys. As in, I am literally out of things left from Hermes that I'm willing to buy. If I was stranded on my journey before, I can't even think of the analogy that can describe my GPS location right now. I'm not even on the map. So in this video, I want to commemorate what could very well be my last in-store Hermes bag offer. So I hope you stick around to savor this moment with me. Welcome back to A Briefcase of Luxury, where we love to chat about all things related to life, learning, and luxury. While I have no intentions of quitting my day job as a business professor, I would love to grow this channel. So thank you so much to those of you who have subscribed, liked, commented, or shared my videos in the past. And thank you so much for watching this video today. Now, just as a recap, over the summer, I bought the last of what was on my long-term Hermes wish list, which was a Kelly belt and the Farandole necklace. I also picked up 2 Twillies in honor of my 2 dogs. So in that haul video, I promised I would tell you about my in-store shopping experience in Europe as a tourist. So that's what we're gonna do right now. So after picking up 3 out of 4 of those items, one of the Twillies I did get from the Heathrow airport, I did ask to see some of their display only bags. And we naturally got to talking about bags. For instance, he commented on my Halton and how he thought it was one of Hermes's most underrated bags. And I fully concur. Now, as we were chatting, I got to try on a Kelly Move, a Picotin 22, the Constance, and the Roulis, both in the larger sizes. And of course, after I was done, I had to ask what bags were available, and he did come back with a typical, well, what are you looking for? Now, to be fair, I am plumb out of non-quota bags that I'm interested in, new from store at least. No, wait, that's a lie. I don't know if the mini garden party was out then, but yeah, I am actively stalking the website for those now. That's why you may have noticed that I've been sharing new bag drops on my community post as I see them. But like, I knew better than to ask for a quota bag. Like maybe I should have tried, but now we'll never know. Now, what he did have available to offer, to me at least, was a Roulis. But when I thought about it a little more, that's one bag style that you can find pre-loved under retail quite often. So I asked if there was anything else. And he was like, well, you said you already have a Picotin and you're looking for something that's more suitable for travel. So I assume Picotins would have been available. We also talked about how I already have the Evelyne PM size, so maybe that was available as well. Then he asked if I would be interested in the Evelyne TPM. Now, looking back at all of my in-store Hermes shopping experiences, I have never asked for the Evelyne TPM. And knowing that I didn't want to spend a lot of money just on any Hermes bags since we still had a lot of shopping to do that day. And also knowing that this was one of the more affordable Hermes bags, but yet at the same time, they do go for a premium on the pre-loved market, I said, hit me with it. He said he had a white, a yellow, and I believe one of the new season pinks. But then I told him I didn't want a light colored strap just because these straps are made of canvas and I can only imagine how quickly it would get dingy versus a darker or even a multicolored canvas strap. Like, trust me, when he said he had white, I'm imagining like the gorgeous gray and even like the new season pink. I wondered if it was the new rose darling that everyone's crazy about. And I myself was temporarily caught up in that moment, even though I am not a pink bag type of girl. And deep down, I knew I didn't want a light colored Evelyne. And that was when he was like, you know what? I might have something else in one of my favorite Hermes colors. Let me see if it's still available in the back. And that was when he brought out this stunning mini Evelyne in Very Vertigo with gold hardware. Now, the longer I've had this, the more I can't believe I didn't have a colorful bag in my collection until now. So in a bit, I want to share with you how effortless this bag is to style. As someone who's overwhelmingly a neutrals person, we'll also do a couple of comparisons to similar bags that I already own. Now, while this is technically the front of the bag, I do have a bow tied on the back. And if you are curious to see what this looks like on someone who is 5'3" and a dress size small, here's how it is crossbodied. It is on the longer side, but I have something in mind to fix that. So here's the moment of truth, and I'm gonna need some help. When Aelysee reached out to let me know that they have recently launched some new bag cadenas, I was like, say no more. I cannot wait to share with you what just arrived in the mail. If you've been around before, then you probably already know how smitten I was, and still am, with their blinged out Pegasus charm, which now permanently lives on my Picotin 18. And if you haven't seen an Aelysee unboxing before, just know they don't play around, y'all. Like, their packaging is just luxe to the core. Like the ribbons, the charm, the super thick textured wrapping paper, the outer box, and the actual jewelry box itself. Like, they wrap these babies up like fine jewelry, which in a way, I guess they really are like jewelry, but for your bags. And even just look at how it's displayed with its own little cushion to protect the charm. Everyone, say hello to their new sparkle gold orange sandal bag charm. Now, this little baby here retails for $195 US, which is almost like a third cheaper than my Pegasus cadena, but granted, that has a lot more bling to it. But what's interesting is that there are some structural differences to this cadena. For instance, the actual charm is free to move about, while the Pegasus is attached to the ring portion, so it's kind of stationary. See that? How this dangles and this doesn't? Plus, the orange charm actually comes with an additional chain. Like, don't miss that. This is tucked away nicely inside the box. But this chain gives you a lot more added flexibility for how you want to use the actual charm, especially when you have like non-Kelly or Birkin bags. So that's fantastic. So here's how the charm looks on my Evelyne with just the regular cadena lock. This next look may be a little much, but I can also try to hook it to the actual bow that I've tied on it. And here's what it looks like if I use the chain instead. But when I saw that this was going to be a new release, this was exactly what I envisioned, using the ring portion of the cadena to loop the strap through to convert this into a short shoulder bag. Honestly, this turned out so much better than I thought. What do we think? So I know you can buy like separate bag hooks, but come on, this is so much better. Like, there's so many uses for this charm. You can bling out your bag. You can also DIY your strap. But again, I'm telling you, if you have the mini Evelyne and you are trying to figure out how to mess with the non-adjustable strap and you don't want to, knot it all the way through or buy a different strap, like, you have to give this a go. I mean, the size of it is the perfect width for the strap. Like, I don't think Aelysee planned for this, but y'all, I couldn't be happier. So I actually do have one last semi-warm weather / tropical trip coming up, and I think I will be testing this bag out as my travel bag. Now, I know Hermes has their own leather orange charms, kind of like with the Rodeo Pegasus, but I just love the concept of having a collection of cadenas to bling up your bags. And so thank you to Aelysee. I will have links and codes down below, so please be sure to check them out. But seriously, if you have a mini Evelyne, this is the perfect way to both bling it up and play around with the original strap. So I'm going to leave her as is, and we are going to jump straight into the review portion of the video. I know there's a ton of videos out there, so here's my Cliff Notes version. Again, I flipped it over because, I hope the twilly isn't too distracting. I think it's a little much with both the bow and the charm, but I struggled big time to get the bow just right, so you can see that specific pup, because that's what my dog looks like. So yeah, this is not coming off anytime soon. Also, I had planned to use the twilly with the German Shepherd on this bag, but I keep forgetting that when you actually go to use a twilly, you're not going to be able to see the original design. So thankfully, this worked out beautifully. And I had to play twilly musical chairs, so the twilly with the German Shepherd is now on my Evelyne PM, which you'll see in a minute, and I had to move the PM's previous twilly to another bag, etc. It set off a whole chain reaction. Why am I even bringing any of this up? But back to my point, there are 4 main bugbears you need to be okay with if you want to have a happy, healthy relationship with your Evelyne TPM. Now, first off, this is typically made of Clemence leather, which is very soft, and it is unlined, which means without a separate liner, it will bulge and it will show outlines of whatever you have inside the bag. But a liner really does cut down on what you can fit inside a bag that's already so small. So pick your poison. Second, you have to be okay with the fact that the top is only partially secured with a thin leather strap and a snap button closure. Third, the canvas strap is removable but not adjustable like we've gone over, unless of course you want to do some DIYing to change it up like I've done here. And fourth, obviously this is a mini bag, but it's not so mini that it can't fit my average daily essentials, namely a phone, wallet, keys, hand sani, chapstick. You may have to Tetris a bit, but as the day goes by, just know it's all gonna like settle and sink to the bottom. Now, when I am traveling, however, I do carry more, namely an umbrella, our passports, and a packable grocery bag, maybe a pair of sunglasses. Now, that is a little trickier. You are going to have to play favorites, but off the bat, at least I know this is going to be lightweight and super easy to pack, but I'll let you know how usable this is as my main travel bag after my trip is over. Next up, I want to do a couple of comparisons. For a completely pointless one, here's how the mini Evelyne looks next to my Celine sunglasses pouches. At least the mini Evelyne is not as pointless as these pouches. I've already made an entire video covering this very unfortunate topic. But on a more serious note, I do want to do a comparison of the TPM with the PM size, as well as a Longchamp dupe, if you will, and it's called the Le Foulonne Crossbody bag. By the way, to my French speakers out there, is it Foulon or Foulonne? Now, I know a lot of brands, both mid-tier and designer, have since done their take on the Evelyne bag. Prada has one, Coach has one, I'm sure many others do too. Heck, I'm even seeing dupes at TJ Maxx. Here's what the TPM looks like next to the PM, which is the next size up. So very quick story time for this bag. I was offered this while on vacation in Singapore a few years back. Now, I have a feeling these aren't that popular in Asia, which I could be wrong, but like I doubt I would have been able to walk in, not spend anything, and walk out with the TPM size in Singapore. But this apparently was doable. I spent a little, but by no means a lot. I think I spent under $1,000 US, and the PM was what I asked for. But look, there's no comparison, okay, when it comes to size, at least. Okay, these are completely different bags. Like, this is a monster next to the TPM. There is like zero need to compromise on what fits. Like, I know a lot of people would like an in-between size, and that'd be cool too. So there are several things though that I do like more about the PM. For instance, it does have a front pocket. The strap is at least adjustable, even though I do use primarily a shoulder strap that I bought off of Etsy so that I can wear this as a hobo bag. On the flip side, however, the one advantage that the TPM has is that it's a lot easier to dress up or down. Now, granted, it will never be as dressy as, let's say, a Constance 18 or anything like that, but still, compared to the PM, like, there is no leeway when it comes to dressing up the PM. Even as a shoulder bag with a cute bow, like, it is what it is. It's more of a jeans and t-shirt type bag. So I still think it's a lot easier to dress up the TPM size, especially now with its strap doubled up. Now, for a closer comparison, I do have my Longchamp Le Foulonne Crossbody bag in the size small. Now, currently these retail for $365, which is quite pricey by Longchamp standards, but I get it. It's a leather bag. Oh, and in case I haven't mentioned prices yet, currently the TPM retails for $2,200 in the US, and the PM retails for $38.50, I believe, which is quite a sizable price jump. Even more so considering I only paid $1,600 for my TPM in Europe after that. But back to the Longchamp, here you can see that it is much more comparable in size. But if we are strictly speaking functionality, I mean, the Longchamp bag can definitely hold its own. Like, with having a top zipper and the fact that the strap is at least made of leather and it is adjustable even if it's not removable. Now inside, the Le Foulonne bag is fabric lined and it does have a slip pocket. So I mean, as much as I love how durable the Le Foulonne leather is, like I like it so much, I have another bag in that finish. I mean, the Hermes Clemence leather is just so much more satisfying to the touch. Like it's softer, more velvety, while the Le Foulonne has more of your traditional cowhide pebbled feel. But it also means it's sturdier and less prone to bulging. Now, if I had to choose between the Le Foulonne and the Evelyne TPM, which would I choose? Hands down, the Evelyne, because I'm a bag snob. Like, no further comment necessary. However, if the choice came down to either the TPM or the PM, this one I struggle with. I think at the end of the day, I would still go for the PM only because it currently functions as my only shoulder hobo bag. Like every time I get tempted by the Chanel 22 or the Bottega Hop bag or the YSL hobo or the Louis Vuitton hobo, like I go in my closet and I see this beauty, and this represents all of those for me. On the other hand, I feel like I have plenty of mini to small bags to choose from. However, I will say I don't have anything like this, especially when it comes to color. And finally, I want to talk about the majesty that is Vertigo, and surprisingly how easy this has been to style as someone who strictly wears neutrals. Like I'm too lazy to play dress up today, but I just want to show you all the colors that you can pair with this. I mean, white and black, those are no-brainer colors. It's a really strong, powerful combo. But then look at how beautifully this goes with like creams and tans and camel colors. Now my second favorite combo is with the heather gray. And finally, my favorite combo is with blues, like light, dark, striped, just all the blues. I mean, the fact that I was worried about styling this is comical because turns out this bag goes with like 99% of my wardrobe. But there you have it, guys. What could very well be my last Hermes in-store bag purchase. It's just, with nothing else I want to buy from Hermes, unless I get lucky in Paris, I just don't see another bag offer in my future. I mean, heck, even in Paris, the first thing they tell you to do is to go shop, right? To buy something, anything from one of the Paris boutiques to trigger your chances of getting a leather appointment. Well, there's really nothing left I am willing to spend money on at Hermes besides a quarterback, if at all. So it just really seems like at this point, I'm going down the pre-loved route for my next Hermes bag, and I will keep you posted on how this new journey goes. Anyways, I want to give one last shout out to Aelysee. I feel like my bag just underwent a makeover moment, and now I have a brand new way to enjoy my bag all over again. And I hope you found this video helpful, and if you did enjoy it, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, and I'll see you next time.